Hi, and welcome to the Kelly Kitley podcast, America's Social Worker Unfiltered, where every week I have hopeful, honest, and deeply human conversations with changemakers. And today I am so excited to have my little brother, AJ Rompza, as a guest on the podcast. He is a former University of Central Florida point guard. He's a celebrity trainer. He's motivating the world, and he is the author of Mindset, which is a quote book to keep you motivated every day. AJ, thank you so much for saying yes.
Jesus. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful for you. I always love when we talk. So I
Oh,
appreciate it just because I know the value that we have, not only for ourselves, our family, but people we don't even know.
absolutely. And, today I'm just coming fresh off of a lot of travel sporting events. My son plays travel basketball, my daughter plays travel softball. And I just thought, who better than to talk to than the expert about mindset? And you've been so successful in your own career with sports and, being a 5'7" point guard in Division I basketball, and you had to change your mindset. So let's start there. I mean, I've known you your whole life. And
Uh,
as the youngest of five, I mean, the visions I have of you was holding a basketball at 3 years old and playing in our backyard and having the little Tykes basketball hoop in our house, even that you would play. And you didn't want the little ball, you
I,
wanted the full ball.
come on, don't cheat me because I'm small. I don't care.
So where did that
Um,
come from? Like I feel like you came out of the womb, like motivated, inspired, wanting to play basketball.
I swear, and like for what I remember, sister, you guys all played basketball.
We did.
Like and obviously seeing everyone play. Emma, who's 3 years older than me, I was closer to her growing up because we were similar in age. But she played. Nikki played in high school. You played. Obviously, Brad, my big brother, he started me at the age of 3 with the ball. And kind of like you said, we had that Fisher Price hoop, the small hoop in the bat in the house, where it was like that was my time to play. But that was like I wanted to raise it up to 10 feet. You know what I mean? I was like, let's raise this thing up. I wanted a challenge. But I just think being around you guys, seeing everyone play basketball, but it was also a joy. Something that I don't think I've ever even told you. When mom and dad were getting a divorce when I was 6 years old, obviously it's something big for me at that age.
Yeah.
I hated hearing them fight, and you guys, obviously, as my protectors, my big sisters, my brother, you guys didn't want me around that. And I used basketball as kind of an escape
Hmm.
to be away from that because it made me so happy when I was in the gym. It was such a fulfillment for me. So it's something that I love doing, but it was also something just to escape my mind at a young age from the yelling and stuff that I didn't like being around.
Yeah, because you lived at the YMCA, which we lived next
Well,
door to.
I walk down the street, so it's like, oh, I'm gonna work out with Brad in the backyard for a couple hours. Let me try and go to not try. Let me go to the YMCA. I'm gonna play with the older kids, and they would never let me play because of my height. And I'm like, I love this. Like, I'm better
Yeah.
than some of these people. I'm gonna keep showing up. Just because you don't believe in me, I have to believe in myself.
Yeah.
And like you talk about the mindset, learning that at a young age. That even dad, I love him to death. I know he didn't believe in me. He
Hmm.
didn't believe in basketball. Do baseball, son. I think that's something where your height's more, you're more prone to play baseball. Basketball's so hard. Everyone's so tall, so strong. So again, at a young age, 6, 7, 8 years old, like I had to deal with people telling me, hey, you're too small to play with us. You'll never be able to do it. You just can't do it. So at that young age, I heard can't, you won't be able to, like everything. And I'm like, why are people telling me what I can't do?
That is incredible because we are hardwired, especially when it comes from our home or our
Mhm,
parents, to
mhm.
have that internal dialogue. And you heard can't and shouldn't and won't, not only at home, but also when you were playing at the YMCA, or then you went on to play at Whitney Young High School, where you I have all your stats written in the
Yeah,
show notes about, just the success that you had as a 5'5" point guard, and
yeah.
then going on to get a full ride to a Division I college. You had to have that internal dialogue. So who was your mentor? Like, who taught you that?
I mean, we're talking about, I'm 36 years old. We're talking about when I was 12 years old. And we're talking about still having success, not just in basketball, but life because of my mindset. I used basketball as a tool to build me up into this man, to become something I wanted to become, to be able to help people. But think about, my entire life, not to reiterate and go back, but my entire life, everyone told me what I couldn't do.
Right.
Middle school, I was one of the top. I became one of the top middle school, and that sounds crazy, but like when I told people like, oh, I want to go to Whitney Young, again, I'm going to be real with us. I heard so much of, oh my gosh, you're going to go to an all black school. Oh my gosh, you think you're going to be able to play with that? You're too small. So again, at a young age, I didn't just hear can't. I heard a different side of life where it made me grow up, where I'm like, just because people are certain colors, people judge us and people say you can't do something. And going to a school like Whitney Young, it changed my life. It changed my life being around different people, being around different cultures, being around people who were successful. Whitney Young changed my life as a basketball player, but as a man. And the only reason that I could play at Whitney Young, one of the top high schools in the country, is because I believed in myself. I tell everybody every day, this had nothing to do with my physical ability. I was one of the top players physically. That's maybe 10%. Your mental is 90%. They say the game's 90% mental, 10% physical. So before I went to go play against the Derrick Roses, the Patrick Beverleys, the Iman Shumperts, the best in the world, before I stepped out on the court, I had to believe that I could play against them. If I stepped out there like, oh my gosh, these guys are the best, I can't do it, I've already lost. I just said I can't do it. So before you actually go and do something, you have to believe I can do it. I didn't care if dad didn't believe me. I didn't care if people didn't think I could do it because of my height. You weren't going to tell me what I wasn't able to do with my life. You didn't know how bad I wanted it. You didn't know how hard I was working towards it. And it doesn't matter about anything. Before you do it, you must believe. You must step into a different area of saying, you know what? I can do this. I don't care if no one believes in me. I'm going to show how much I believe in myself by showing up. Was it perfect? Are you kidding me? Was it perfect? Every day I got knocked down. Every day I would get my ass busted. I wanted to become the best. It didn't happen in a year. It didn't happen in 2 years. It took maybe 3-4 years of every day showing up, going against the best, some of the best in the country, to be where I was. But it started with belief in myself.
And you lived in the gym. I mean, you lived in the gym. And I guess I'm curious to know, because it's physical grit and it's wanting something. But as we teach these kids who want to play college sports, or want to go on to play overseas like you did professionally, what is a daily practice that is tangible and concrete that these kids who might be listening to this episode, or their parents, who can say, hey, you know what? I was listening to this podcast and this guy, AJ Rompza, said every day he woke up and did a gratitude list, or every day he looked at himself in the mirror and spoke to him positively, or prayed before every game. Like, what are some tools that you can tell people to practice that will really help them?
One, be obsessed. That's all. Like I tell people, people are like, wow, you put all your eggs in one basket. Like, that's how it's like, it got me here. It got me to a point where I'm training some of the best in the world, some of the most known people in the world, through a game of basketball. Who as a 5-year-old kid, people told me, hey, don't do it. We're talking about 30 something years later, sister. I'm here having an impact on the world because I didn't give up. I use this as a tool, but it's living it every day. It's showing up every day. When I got knocked down, I had to show up that next day and say, you know what? I'm coming back to be better. You have to live it. You have to show up every day. You have to believe in yourself. Think about it. We're talking about scholarships. We're talking about I don't know, you're better with numbers than I am, the 1% in the world that are playing college sports.
Right.
That are playing. I'm not saying on the team, on the basketball team, you get 12 guys, maybe 9 are on scholarship, only 5 start.
Right.
I had a better chance
of getting those 5 starters for 4 years.
Sister, get me fired up. High school, college, and I'm speaking this again where I've always had that not self-doubt. I've had that self-confidence, but not where I've wanted to be cocky. But I have to know that God's using me every day. There's not a lot of people that did what I did in my life. And I say I want to inspire. I want to motivate. I don't care what people think of me. I have to be able to speak from the heart and tell people exactly what I did. You have to live it. You can't be afraid to get laughed at. You can't be afraid to get made fun of. You can't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are part of the game, but more importantly, mistakes are part of life, sister. All the mistakes that I made in basketball by not putting my head down and giving up, I've made mistakes in life where I kept my head up, and it's been able to push me to keep going. So I tell these people, be obsessed with it. Make mistakes, screw up, mess up. Just don't give up. If you want something bad enough, you will find a way. If I listened to people 20-something years ago, me and you wouldn't be talking about, hey, talk about not giving up. Talk about your mindset. Talk about your strength.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I installed in me in a young age. And it's not something, yeah, you got to work on it every day, but it's something about working on this every day. Your mind's your strongest muscle. I worked out harder. One thing I did do, sister, and I never let anybody do was outwork me. Why? Because I can control that. I couldn't control my height. I couldn't control how much bigger you were. I couldn't control how much faster you were, but I can control my work ethic every day. So when we were on the end of that line, when everybody was tired, I'd find something to push me because I had to be different. I had to stick out. I wasn't the tallest, I was the smallest.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I was the hardest working person any gym I went to. And it went from middle school, it went from high school, it went to college, it went to pros, and it went to my everyday life as a 36-year-old man. So it's habits that stuck with me at a young age.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
That's
you are.
filled me.
Okay, and you're so humble, and the reason why I'm giving the stats and the background is because a lot of kids naturally have self-doubt. And
Oh,
so to be able to say, "Oh, if AJ Rompza did it and he's giving me a formula to follow, maybe I have a chance," and you're talking about something that you can control. And the difference is I'm 12 years older than you are. So we almost grew up in different
yep,
families. And
yep, yep,
so,
yep,
you know,
yep.
I think mom was influential in believing in you and always being very positive and showed up for everything for you. And, our family just love your energy is contagious. And so going to games and seeing you play when we'd go down to
Man.
Orlando, that's where Central Florida is, right?
Yep,
Orlando.
yep, yep.
Um, that energy is just so contagious and it's doing something different when people doubt
Mm,
you. And
mm.
so you come back from playing overseas after college and you help the family business. What was that like for you to kind of give up on, not give up because you don't give up,
Mhm.
to pivot? You pivoted. You made a choice because the restaurant was struggling, the bar was struggling. You came back and you said, I'm going to put this up on a shelf and help the family.
There's so many emotions just because I don't really talk about it. After college, a lot of people don't know I got suspended 50% of my senior year. My biggest year leading up to my senior year, my entire life, I guess you could say I worked for. You know what I mean? I had something extremely hard happen to me at a young age where mom always taught me if you made a mistake, you man up.
Mm-hmm.
But being 21 years old and working for everything that I've ever, that I had in my life, that scholarship, being one of the top point guards in the country, I worked for that. Nobody handed me anything. Nobody handed me that scholarship. I had to show up. So to be able to miss my half of my senior season for something I didn't do, and then to be able to go in my first professional workout and break my foot into that, and then to move back home and be at mom after, like I've said, most popular dude out of 60,000 students, one of the top point guards, just crazy stuff. And I'm sharing it with so people understand where I've come from. I went from the bottom all the way to the top, and then I fell back down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the longevity of life of we don't give up. I didn't give up, like you said. I was so mentally like, what just happened? Everybody left that was by my side. The people that helped me get to where I am, there's nobody here. And I'm kind of like to blame. You know what I mean? And again, it goes back to family. It goes back to life. It goes back to things that are bigger than me. Obviously, Brad helped me with basketball. He's been like a second dad to me. Just growing up and always being there for me and always teaching me basketball and always pushing me and making me be so positive at a young age. He's a big reason. Also, mom. I mean, growing up with mom and Nikki and Emma and obviously you, but that's my best friend. So all those times she's like, listen, you can't control your height. You're dynamite. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, dang, mom, but if I just had 3, 4 more inches, like, but I can't control that.
Yeah.
And I think just her heart and her push every day for all of us, it pushed me every day. And not to get sidetracked, but that mentality, I was so lost, sister. I felt dead. I tell people all the time, like there was times when I didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to be completely honest. And it was like, I'll never forget. I'm in mom's bed. I was probably 23 years old. And I'm just thinking like, man, I don't even want to be here. Like, think about all the stuff I've done. I'm back at home with mom. I've
Well,
lost my friends, my coach. Like, I don't want anyone to feel like this. I
and
never
a
want
lot of
anyone to feel
college
like this.
athletes will say that, right? They've worked their whole life. College is over. They go into a deep depression because they don't know what else to do.
Well, this is the thing, sister. A lot of people go through that. People aren't speaking up on that. That's why I know there's a bigger purpose when we speak up. What you're doing to help others, what I'm doing to help others, when we come together, it's so impactful. But I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like a lot of people don't speak up. because as athletes, especially when you're top of the game,
Yeah.
keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going, man. Come on. You're stronger than you think. You're bigger than you know. Keep going. You're not hurt. So your entire life, you've been able to push through. You've been able to push through. That's why the more vulnerable I am as I'm getting older, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to struggle. It's okay to go through tough times. It's not okay to give up. It's not okay to not speak up. So during these times, I've been able to speak up. I've been able to be better. I've been able to help more people because I'm speaking from the heart.
So
my life isn't built off perfections.
Okay, but you're 23. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? And you grinded it out. You helped the family. You worked.
I did it, man. It's like anything, sister, and it's so crazy. Like, it's just so real. It's the bar business. It's the restaurant business. I never drank. I don't do drugs. Just being honest, I played basketball from the age of 3 to 25. So when I lost that, I started drinking. I'm in the bar. You're making money. I'm like, I put on 30 pounds.
Yeah.
I put on 30 pounds. I'm fat, and I'm like, I worked out my entire. I was angry. I was frustrated because people did me wrong, and I couldn't control it. So as a 22-year-old kid, I'm out there like, oh well, I'm just gonna enjoy life. Like, I didn't know. That's why I speak so much about mindset.
Night, you're sleeping.
I'm up till 5 a.m. And I'll be honest with you, I never slept late. So it's like I'd still try and wake up at 7:30 a.m. That's why I was having seizures, epilepsy. I'm like, I think I'm doing it where I'm like, no, I completely, and not to be like, oh, I went into drug problem. I never done drugs, never done any hard drugs, never wanted to. But the drinking, I've realized like, this isn't me. I worked my entire life. I wanted to help dad and I wanted to help Brad because they were going through some tough times, and I'll always be real. So I put my life, my dreams and my goals on hold because I'm like, I want to get them right. They were right. But then God is so great because it's like you fast forward to 2019. Yeah. It's like, man, I need
fast forward. What happens?
I mean, you go through all of that. You go through life stuff. You go through all of that. And I'm like, I got to get out of here. Like, this isn't me. I've been one of the top athletes my entire life working behind a bar. Like, and again, I'm going to be honest with you. I bring 300-400 people in because they wanted to be AJ. Oh man, I got to watch you in high school. I used to watch you in college. Like, it was awesome. It was great. But then I'm like, none of this stuff serves me. Drinking, staying up late, eating bad. Like,
so you kind of had an awakening in 2019. You had an awakening. You said, I got to get out of here. And you moved to LA.
I moved to LA. I knew one person here. He's like, yo, you got to come out here, like move here. And I'm like, what the heck? You know what I mean? I don't know anything. I don't have any money. Just lost a bunch of money. I'm restarting my life. I don't know anybody. Just got out of a relationship. Me and dad were going through it. Like, I'm like, hang on though. When I went to college and I left family, my friends, that was the biggest time of growth for me. That was my biggest, you know what I mean? That was because I got lonely. I got sad. I got scared. And then on the other end of that, your life changes because you're doing something that's not making you comfortable. So I had to try it. My entire life is like, if you try it, just try. Yeah. If I went there and it didn't work, I could always come back. Couple months in, the guy who I was with was just like, man, I went through, I lost a bunch of money. I had some investors, just not going to work out. Like, I was there for like 4 or 5 months. He's like, like, you got to go back to Chicago, whatever you got to do. Like, and I'm just like, come too far. Like, I'm here now. I got to figure this out. I have to figure this out. Like, I'm not going back. And again, we talk about mindset, the whole thing. Everything's been mindset. Everything's been like, I figured out before and I'm going to figure it out now. I got uncomfortable. I got lonely. I got sad. I was scared. I'm like, is this the right move every day? And then on the other end of that, it's like changed my life. 7 years later, I've been here and it's been life-changing. Not just the people I work with, not just the people that have had an impact on me, but the people I've been able to meet. And it's like anything. As a young kid, if somebody was like, hey, 20 years from now, you're going to go after your dreams and goals. You're going to lose basketball, but you're going to be able to teach the 1% in the world and people you've only dreamed of meeting. You're going to help them in their life through basketball.
And
I would die to be here.
Obviously, I know Adam Levine and Kevin Hart and, their kids, that you've had an impact on. But, you and I have talked about, no matter how socioeconomically successful you are, we all have brains, right? And so that doesn't equal happiness. So even people at the top of their game have to work on their inner dialogue.
Everything. It's for everybody. And not to interrupt you, I didn't know if you were good, if you were done finishing. But I've realized that it doesn't matter if you're top in the world. Adam Levine, who's helped change my life in such a positive way and it helped me in so many ways, like the people he's introduced me to, let alone that, but like he's the top musician in the world. He loves basketball. It's hard to do. Like, what the heck? This is my. But guess what? When you're out singing for 2 hours and your cardio is top notch, and again,
Yeah.
Austin, who introduced me to him, who's also another trainer of his, like he's at top of his game. You're doing stuff that's making you uncomfortable. When you're out on the court, you're not doing something that's like, oh, I've done this before. It's new to you.
Yeah.
Anytime you do something new, you are going to grow.
Right.
Anytime you get uncomfortable, you are going to grow. So the impact that I've had, I've realized it's all walks of life because everybody has to deal with this.
Yes.
I don't care if you're the number one musician, actor, it doesn't matter. Everyone deals with this. Whether some are saying, hey, I deal with tough times, I don't, I'm this and that. I don't care what you say. The whole world deals with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've realized everybody needs the mental. Everybody needs that push. I started working with really big people and I don't, oh, you're successful. I don't care who you are. Yeah. I care who you are as a person. If I work with you, I'm going to push you to be your best.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I don't change who I am. That's why I know I'm on this earth to shine my light to help you. Whether it's making you uncomfortable, whether it's making you do something you've never done before, I'm only here to make you better. That's all I want to do.
Well, and the thing I love about, and I just have to say, anybody who knows you, who doesn't know you yet and will know you from this podcast and follows you, you're funny, you're motivating, you're inspiring. I mean, our kids' friends are like, oh, AJ Rompza, did you see what he posted today? Adam Sandler out there in a polo shirt, on the basketball court. But the point of that is, which leads into kind of the next topic, is when you're around people like that, it gives you other opportunities, right? Because they have a big reach. And so what is it for you? Because, you and I have talked about hopes and dreams and next chapter and things like that. You're still out in LA, and I know you want a global impact. And you can do that through social media, but I know you also want to create places, for kids to play basketball and to have different kinds of experiences around the world and in third world countries. And so with the connections you have, you might be able to have a bigger reach like that.
Yeah.
What
100%.
What's your 5-year goal? So, or 4-year
God,
goal?
I love that. I love that.
What do you hope to be doing?
That's an incredible question. One, because I love it. It always makes me think. And it makes me be a better person of actually focusing on exactly what the heck I want. But like you said, I love adding value to people. So as much as these people, they can blink their eyes and change my life, I like adding value. A lot of people look at these people. I'm like, oh man, how do I gain from them? What can I get from them?
Yeah.
I put myself in a different position because I'm like, how do we both win? If I just come to you and like, I want to do this. Can you help me with it? You're just another 8,000 people. That's why they meet. So again, I'm going a little off topic, but I want people to understand I've never changed who I am. I want to add value to you any freaking way I can. How do we both win? If I can do this, why don't I bring you a part of this? Because this is going to help the both of us, but you're also helping people in your life, in your world. Mm-hmm. So I think it's so much more impactful to bring people together, especially extremely big people. And I say big people because people look at these people like, oh my gosh, I look at these people like you're human.
Right.
That's how you want to be. That's how you want to be treated.
Right.
And I treat people like that because, again, it's very important. I've learned that at a young age. Treat everyone how you want to be treated. Whether you got $1 billion, whether you have no money, how you treat someone that can't do anything for you, it says a lot about you.
Well, I'm laughing right now because I'm thinking you're friends with Michael Jordan and his entire family. So,
well, like
AJ, what are you doing? Oh, I'm flying here with their family. Like it was just normal because
But I had to learn that at a young age. Yeah. So being 13, being 14, and meeting your idol, who you idolize your entire life, and
Michael
Marcus
Jordan.
being my best friend, I had to learn at a young age, like, you know how many grown people try to get close to me for the relationships to try and use me for business? That's why I said at a young age, I was almost like a grown man, the stuff that I had to learn, the racism, how people want to be close to me. I learned that at a very young age. So it's like, and again, I never took advantage of them because I appreciated what they did for me. Again, they helped change my life at a young age. Whether it was MJ bringing me into the gym, Marcus always bringing me around, him coming to high school, him coming to college, Jeff, just being good people. And I wanted to be around them. Why? Because I wanted to play basketball.
Right.
They had something to prove. I'm Michael Jordan's son. I got to prove myself. Damn, I'm a 5'7" white dude that wants to play basketball. I got to prove myself. Nobody believes in us. Damn, I like this.
You connected.
This is hard work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to go back off that, and I know we got sidetracked. Those 4 goals, man. I want to keep inspiring, sister. And I feel like again, it starts in here. It's like, oh, I want to have an impact in Chicago. Now it's like, no, I want to have an impact around the world. I want to go around the world. I want to build courts for kids where they can go and use it as their mental health. And again, it takes time. The bigger the goals, the bigger the dreams, the more I'm going to have to work and bring people into it because it'll be easier that way.
Yeah.
But I just think just keep having an impact, and I tell people all the time, I should be 20 times more on the social media. I value people. That's why a lot of people don't even know the people I train. A lot of people don't even know my everyday because I value these people in my life for real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people, oh man, this is like, I just saw them where it's like, oh man, I want to build a relationship with you. I want you to understand, like, I don't care what you have. I'm going to treat you how you treat me. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I want to keep evolving. I want to keep growing. I want to keep impacting, whether it's family, whether it's people I don't know, whether it's kids, whether it's adults, whether it's women, men. It's like, I'm just so thankful to be here. I cried this morning. I told Murphy this morning, just like I took a moment this morning, 45 minutes, an hour of just like gratitude of thinking where I've come from to go through middle school and then high school and go through all those challenges and then graduate, miss my senior year, break my foot, lose everything, come like to be here now. It's like such a gift. And you said it before, and it's why I do what I do every day. It's not that I don't care about myself. It's like I'm here to have an impact. I've asked God to use me every single day. That's why I wake up. Oh my God, your energy, you're this. My life is not about me. If it was about me, I probably would have gave up 15 years ago when basketball stopped this and that. I've realized my life is so much bigger than me. I've realized I'm having impact, not just on my family, on people I don't even know, on countries that I've never even been to. I think to me, that is the most impactful thing. If somebody says, what's your biggest blessing? It's to be able to be a blessing to others. Like I'm living a dream life. And I tell everybody, I doubt myself every freaking day. I do videos every day. You know how many times I doubt myself? Oh, that's so cringy. Oh my God. Hang on. This isn't about you.
Mm-hmm.
You said you wanted to inspire. You said you wanted to motivate. You don't know who needs your words. Yeah. So I've had to get uncomfortable every single day, but it's changed my life because I'm helping others. When people come to me and say, you know what, you've helped change my life. I lost weight because of you. I got out of a tough relationship because of you. I'm like, how do you put a price on that? You can't put a price on that.
Right. Right. Well, and you're inspiring the next generation. I know, you have such a strong relationship with all of your nieces and nephews. And, I think the one thing that sticks with me that you and I both agree on that we kind of say is you just got to keep showing up, right? Keep saying yes, keep showing up. Who knows what the end game's going to be, but if you don't show up, you'll never know.
Nothing happens if you don't show up. That's what I say. Just keep showing up when you're tired, when you're hurt, when you're sad, just keep showing up. And that's not, people take it differently now where it's like, well, I'm not mentally. I know, but just show up. Because when you show up, good things happen. When you sit around and you sit in your own thoughts, it's the devil's time. My old time's the devil's time. So it's like, just show up. Because every time I show up when I don't feel like it, and I'm telling you 100%, it turns into my best days. It's turned into me meeting someone that I would have never met that's led me to this. Just show up. If you don't show up, nothing happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and
show up.
I know that God is omnipresent in your life and you're very spiritual and religious. And I do wonder, in addition to God, who do you look up to? Who is your mentor?
What? What'd you say?
Somebody who's on earth, other than God.
On earth. Yeah, God. I mean, he's number one. Obviously growing up and having Brad, having my big bro teach me basketball, be there for me, give me everything that I could ask for and more, motivation, love. Obviously mom, obviously having you guys, but like now on this journey in my life, and I got some really, really good people in my life, but like being around some of these people that I've been able to enjoy and be around their souls and see how they are as family men and not just success, but how they roll every day. Whether it's Mike Amiri, who I look at as one of my, and somebody, not just a mentor, somebody I look up to because he does the right things. Yeah. He never gave up, started that tent business with the one that's now like just a different soul, whether it's being around Adam and learning from him and him giving me so much motivation. One of the first people I trained when I got out here and just bringing me around so many different people and letting me be me Like, be you. Don't dim your light. Don't like. To me, I'm just like, I'm grateful. I got great men. I got so many great men in my life where it's like I grew up idolizing these people. To now have them in my life, to learn from them, to be able to have an impact on their life. I'm
Yeah.
just like, man, this is why you don't stop. This is why you don't ever give up. I got friends in my life that motivate me. There's so many men in my life. And I know it sounds crazy. Obviously, I had a tough relationship with dad. I looked up to him. Maybe as a younger kid, as you get older, you realize like, no, I'm just being real. I'm being so real. But on this journey in life as a 36-year-old man, I tell men I love them. And some people can't, some people, what the heck? That's weird. But that's me being me. Whether you accept it or not, I'm on this earth to tell you how I feel. You've had an impact on my life. You've helped me in ways. You were there at my toughest times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like just having those people there that I can lean on, having great friends in my life. I'm so blessed to have the people that I have in my life. Me moving here, it was incredible for the experience and all that. But the people that I've met have had such an impact in my life, changing my life and giving me so freaking much, if that makes sense. Not monetary,
No.
nothing to do with money.
Mm-mm.
And that's why I think it's so powerful. So I'm like, just every day I'm on a high. Every day I'm so grateful. But every day it's like I'm living out my dreams and goals. You know what I mean?
And surround yourself. I mean, what I'm hearing you say too is surround yourself with like-minded people. Like if people are doubting you, you got to move to the next, person who's going to be supporting you. And, it is a collective energy of like-minded people who have your best interest in mind. And if they don't, then you got to find new people.
And I'm saying this because, again, we want everybody, but middle school, high school,
Yeah.
You are such a sponge to who you're around. I got goosebumps because even in high school, I wanted to go to Whitney Young because those guys on the team, no disrespect to anybody else, those guys wanted to play college basketball.
Yeah.
They were there to play. I'm not there just to play high school and be cool with it. Like, I wanted to be around winners. I wanted to be around people that were going to push me. My friends were those same people. I wanted to be around people because we couldn't go drink and smoke and hang out till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and then think we were going to be the top athletes in the country. It doesn't work like that. You got to be around people that are, man, let's get 200 more shots. You want to get 200 more shots? Nah, I'm tired. Man, let's get 200 more. All right, shoot. I want to be around people that are going to make me better. Oh, man, let's go to the party. You can't be around those people. I'm telling people, even older, I've realized, damn, I hate being around this person. Why are you around them? Oh, I don't want to get uncomfortable and tell them like they don't. And I've never been like that, sister. I'm looking you in the eyes. You've made me a better man because of how real you are. You even know back in high school, I'd be like, gosh, sister, easy. You're so real. And now that I've known at this age of my life, I'm like, dang, that is the best thing you can do is be real. Sister, I'm so sorry, but I just feel like the relationship hasn't been great. I'm giving you a lot. I don't feel the same. Damn. That's how you feel? Hopefully I make you better. You might be like, you know what? I don't care. It's not for me. Everyone's going to respond to it different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But I know the people you are around are forming your life.
Yep.
Are forming your life. That's why yoga changed my life. I went through the toughest time and those people made me better. They changed me to, man, I'm going to show the heck up and go harder. And you get that love. But it is so important the people you are around every freaking day, whether it's middle school, high school, college, whether you're a grown man, grown woman, it doesn't matter. Those people are forming your life.
So we can't
by what they tell you.
We can't do it alone. And for
hell no.
I mean, and you bring up yoga, I'm glad that you bring that up because that helped me get sober too. Hot yoga community. And, that has been something spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally. That is something I think everybody should try. Maybe not start with hot yoga, maybe start with regular yoga, but
let's ease yourself into it, know. But then,
yeah.
But no, it's been like you said. I think, and also just a little off topic, but kind of on top of with the yoga is just I met some of the best people in my life there. And you got to remember, you're not in a gym where somebody's lifting weights, somebody's on the phone, somebody's there. All 60 people are in there are fighting for their life. And you don't know what people are dealing with. So you're in there and everyone's challenging each other, but you look to that person next to you, we got this.
Yeah.
We got this. And it's like, damn, we got this. And I found that community in my life at the hardest time in my life at 36 years old that formed me into a better person, that changed my mind for the better, that made me realize, no, this is all mental. I was already a mental freak and realized I know this is all mental. It helped me so much in my everyday life of just being present, of being there, of being like, just breathe.
Yeah.
You're going through a tough time.
That's
just
it.
breathe.
That's it.
Breathe.
You have no phone. I mean, you
Well,
literally, if you don't breathe, you will collapse.
it's
So
crazy.
if that's the only
It's
thing you're thinking about, then
and throw your ego out. I love it because guys will come in there like this, jacked, like, yep, I got this 30-pound weights within 2 minutes, they're out. You can't have an ego. That's the thing in there. And guess what? That's just like life. You
yeah,
can't have an ego. You know how many blessings it's not? Don't have an ego
yeah.
in anything and everything we do, not just yoga.
Well, AJ, obviously, I love you so much, and
No,
there's
you're right
so
back.
much goodness in this episode. I can't wait to share it with everybody. And people can find you, as I said, in the show notes and read up a little bit on your history. I'm waiting for your memoir to come out.
Come
I
on.
know, I
We
know that,
got a big goal.
yeah, big goals by 40. I'll interview you again at 40.
Come
But
on, sis.
for everybody who is listening, just a gentle reminder to be the change that you wish to see in the world, whether that starts within, in your
Mm.
family, in your community, or the world. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Love you, sister. Thank you so much.
Welcome.